Y for the TUI.
And Control Z for the ATP right there.
5-2-2.
Oh my, what a firefight at the net. Ben Johns throws it wide.
Yeah, great hands here from Scarpa and Dow in the middle of this. And then Ben took a huge swing at a two-handed backhand, which you don't see a lot, and pulled it a little too wide.
Oh, nice. Anderson Scarpa.
And there's that little push flick of his that was very effective at the beginning of this match when Johns, the dinks weren't quite as fine, weren't as shallow. That's a great job of taking advantage of that.
Colin Johns swipes it down the line. Now, when you're in a firefight, how do you pick which side you're countering with? Is that a pre-committed game plan for your own game? And if so, what's the thought process there?
Get you right after this. Oh no, now they're getting the leg cord. So if I'm the one that just hit the ball, I know where I put it and where I expect it to come back to. So I am reading me and the expectation from the other side and placing my paddle in that way. So you will see Colin Johns attack off the bounce down the line, knowing it's going to be propelled back to the middle of the court and slide and set up a backhand and get rid of it. And you can do that in the middle of a firefight as well. And the sorcery is now just ridiculous right there. I mean, just a little swipe at it. Big smiles from older brother CJ there, and it is all working now.
Oh, it's all fun and games for the #1 seed. Ben and Colin Johns making quick work in game 3, up 7-3. Ben Johns and Colin Johns staring down the finality of this match, looking to close it out in 3 here at the BioFreeze USA Pickleball National Championships. Pickleball TV, your newest home of all things pickleball. And that is another almost clean finish down the line for Ben Johns. Thought it caught, just missed.
CJ's like, really? You missed that one? Come on, man. But that's what that two-handed backhand roll Dink set up. A lot of spin on that, popped it up, gave him the whole middle of the court, just hit it too deep. Oh, dear.
Oh, another down the line beauty in the two-handed backhand of Ben Johns.
All right, it's on. now everyone's going to have to go figure out how to stop this, because it's not like his one-handed dink was the problem at the line with the backhand. It isn't at all. It's fantastic.
Fire fight. But couldn't he still hit the line shot with the one-handed? Just was not as deceptive as
Sure.
what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
it's just a new way to hit it. You can add spin, add a little more swing, take a little bit off of it that way. And don't get me wrong, the forehand is, or the one-handed backhand's plenty deceptive too. It's just another thing that the opponent has to process on the other side, and that is a lot to deal with. Oh, and they
Point game match. 11-3.
Match sealed by Ben and Colin Johns. A clean sweep. 11-4, 11-1, 11-3.
just really impressed once they cranked down the pedal and said, we're going to go. They did indeed. And the day is now over, and that is so rare for them. This isn't going to be a problem for them at all. Just the teams that get hot, Michelle, in a day, and you're like, ooh, that team's playing really well. That's what you're not going to get to carry over within one day in the progressive draw. But they're playing fantastic here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that progressive draw impacts the momentum of who's feeling good when they are. But Ben Johns and Colin Johns have 25 titles together, looking for one more. They will face the winner of Monroe, Bellamy, Schick, and Roddy. That match taking place today, and you know they will have a scouting report.
Welcome back, everybody, to the BioFreeze USA Pickleball National Championships. John's brothers, very impressive in their first match here. And what's better than talking it over with your sister, Hannah John, standing by with CJ and Ben.
You see, you made pickleball mean.
Thanks, Dave. Here with the boys. Guys, those opponents were not afraid of the firefight. What tools did you need to come out with for this one?
Yeah, definitely different conditions than when we were here last week playing with the softer ball, and both those guys can pop a backhand counter, so you got to be ready for the ball to come back.
Well, Ben, you've seen many nationals come and go. You've been in the sport for almost 8 years now. You're an OG. How does this year's nationals compare to other ones?
Yeah, you know, it's really cool. Nationals I've played since my first one was 2016, so it has been a number of years now. Feels weird to say I'm an OG. But, you know, the sport's definitely developed, and along with that, the Nationals certainly has as well. I believe it's more registered players and clearly more fans than ever. Having our own channel, Pickleball TV, that's really cool. We got a double-decker here. That's super awesome. There's just so many unique things with pickleball, and that's true with this event as well. It's really just a pleasure to be a part of it and, you know, see it develop as it is.
Well, Colin, you mentioned the ball, and as PPA Tour pros, you're used to the Onyx DuraFast 40. Here, you're using the Franklin ball. How is that changing the play on the court, and is there an adaptation period?
Yeah, there definitely is, and it really changes the nature of the rallies, where a lot of the hands battles are going to be more extended. It's going to be easier to make drops and danks, but you really got to give it a little bit more. So definitely been scurrying the last few days to adjust to the new ball and adapt to the conditions.
All right, guys, good luck with the next one. Guys, take it away.
So there you have it. Looks like they're plenty adapted, if you ask me, after putting on quite a show there on center court. So what's left? 3 more matches, and as we said, it goes singles, mixed doubles, and then gender doubles, and we take turns. So we got the ladies next, the 11 seed Rachel Rorabacher and Rihanna Valdez, and then men's doubles, and we got Riley Newman and Alshon, the 3 seed. But look at this, Tennis Channel fans. Sam Querrey will be on center court playing with Price and Haas, and then we'll close the day with a very, very dangerous Megan Dazan and Shelby Bates. Plenty more pickleball coming your way.
Or can Hannah find out?
Championships presented by State Farm. We are on Pickleball TV and joined by Tennis Channel. We have the best players in action all day long here, and we have a very special guest here. I'd say we saved the best Johns for last. We've heard from Ben Johns. We've seen Hannah Johns. But now we're getting Colin Johns to the desk. So welcome.
The best of the bunch in the house.
I'm Cameron Blackwood, joined here by Matt Manassi. We have Colin Johns, who just won with his brother Ben Johns against Scarpa and Dow. Great match out there. We know it's your first one coming into the day with the progressive draw. Yeah. How did you guys prepare for this one coming in?
Yeah, it was mostly just adapting to the conditions. They're very different than last week, and I know those guys a little bit. I played them last year. It was the first time Ben had played them, so I gave him the bullet points and went out there, best of 5 with the Franklin ball, prepared for battle, and fortunately we came away in 3.
Had your little black book out with all the pointers?
Something like that.
I mean, first of all, shame on you for beating my crush yard voice from Charleston.
He was so sad.
I was a little sad. No, you guys did great. What was the strategy going in? I saw you talking a little bit on court. You were talking about maybe protecting against a Dow backhand reset or a Scarpa. What was the exact bullet points there?
Yeah, it's mostly Greg's backhand that can really hurt you. Of those two, they both sit pretty heavy backhand, but Greg's backhand definitely has some stick to it, so you really want to mix it up, not go there too much. And then Scarpa, he's got some tricky stuff. He's not really much of a tennis player, so he's got sort of that funky style that can catch you off guard, especially the first few minutes. I felt like I was kind of guessing, and then once you settle in, you start to know where the ball's going to go and feel a lot better.
Yeah, you drill a ton, so you don't have to guess. Everyone knows you're out there all the time, even longer than Jesse Irvin, which is almost impossible.
That's almost impossible.
So my question is, as a right side guy, you play with Ben, obviously, who's controlling a lot of the point. How much left in your game is there to keep working on to get better as a right side role player, if you will?
Yeah, it's something that I've thought about the last year or two because I've been playing the right now for a long time, especially as Ben's doubles partner. So that makes you really good at a small set of things, and I feel like I do those things well. But to really take my game to the next level, counterintuitively, I kind of felt like working on my left side game will help my right side game. So of course it'll help my left side game. But also when you learn some different angles, different shots from the left side, how to be a little bit more aggressive, you can take it to the right side. So when you hit the law of diminishing return, so to speak, on the right side, you go outside your comfort zone a little bit, go to the left side. Played mixed earlier, and I felt like that sort of aggressive mindset has been helping me on the right side.
And with this progressive draw, as we're saying, we're only 1 match a day or 2, depending on how many events you're playing. Do you think this favors your style of play? We were talking to Ben earlier, and he said, almost feels like a championship day Sunday. You know, I'm playing every event spread out throughout the day. Do you feel that that's the same for you?
I feel like the best of 5 definitely favors us. It's no secret that we're slow starters, so if we were to drop a couple games early on, I feel like it gives us the chance to come back and win. So I feel like that would give us an advantage. But as far as the week goes, it's really going to come down to how much energy Ben has in the tank because he's playing all 3 events. I played mixed today, and I'm out of mixed. So I'm going to have plenty of energy. It's just a matter of after he's played singles, mixed doubles, and then gender doubles, towards the end of the week, that could be a little wearying. But he's a little younger than me, so let's hope he has energy.
Yeah, he can't be complaining out there. He needs to pick it up.
Yeah.
Of course. And I noticed with the Franklin ball, I noticed Ben really taking the 2 hands on the paddle, rolling it a lot more, speeding it up as well.
Yeah.
That's something you're trying to do on the right-hand side, too, with the Franklin ball, speeding it up off the forehand side?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit counterintuitive with the Franklin ball because it's so much slower through the air. You would think that you wouldn't speed up as much, but you find that the counter punch after you speed up doesn't come back as fast. You can often combo them more often with the Franklin ball. So depending on how good a look you get at the first one, I feel like there will be more exciting sort of 1-2 combinations and follow-ups, and you saw some hands battles in that one. So I think you'll see more of that later in the week.
Love it.
And we have been in Texas, we are in Texas, but we have been, this is your home state now for 2 weeks, or usually we're traveling all over the country here. Do you feel that you're a little bit more rested, just even more emotionally or mentally, just being in your home state and not having to hop on a plane and go anywhere?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the break since Vegas. Towards this late part of the year, a lot of times you can be a little bit mentally tired, physically tired. I think I had 5 weeks after Vegas to prepare for this last MLP event and Nationals. So coming into the home stretch, I felt like I got a mental recharge, spent some time at home in Austin. Definitely trained, but took some time off, went to a concert, that kind of stuff. So that recharges the batteries, and I feel good.
Well, good win by Colin Johnson.
Pickleball TV, your new home for pickleball. And for this women's doubles matchup. And that was a good look at Rihanna Valdez playing with Rachel Rorabacher in the green skirt. On the other side, it is Cammie Blake in the white t-shirt and Brooke Revuelta.
And the rare sighting here, Michelle, is two lefties. The 22 seed, both left-handed, so double southpaw. That just messes with your mind. So Rorabacher and Valdez are going to just have to get used to that.
I'd love to know a little bit more, strategically speaking, how does that change your targets with two lefties?
Because you usually want to drop perhaps to the backhand of the right side player on their backhand over there. So instead of the left side player's backhand, you're going to throw it on the right side player's backhand to get in. And usually when there's a lefty, there's two forehands in the middle, but that isn't the case here because they're both left-handed. So you just have to reset that.
Good look at Rihanna Valdez, former professional tennis player. An All-American tennis player at USC and another USC, University of South Carolina tennis player. Rachel Rorabacher, former SEC champion and MLP champion as well.
Yeah, came roaring out of the gate here with the Orlando squeeze and really showed the medal because there's a lot of pressure as you progress through MLP, and she knew she was going to see a lot of balls playing next to Anna Brighton. She was impressive.
Second serve. Zero, 3-2.
Oh, down the middle finish for Revuelta.
One, 3-2.
Revuelta is 17 years old, based out of Miami.
Side out.
Cammie Blake, former BYU tennis player, a pickleball instructor in Montana.
Yeah, let's see how far apart we can live and be a team here together. Oh, my.
Oh, what a grab.
And that was deep there. So Valdez, I've played some rec with her, and she is a tremendous athlete. So the fact that she was able to track that down, not surprising.
4-1-1. Second serve.
And when you mentioned the accolades of the tennis players, what you look at is what they do in transition. So that wasn't Rorabacher's finest moment there of just being set. In tennis, it's no man's land, but in here, in pickleball, it's the land of opportunity because we're just 20 by 44. So you just want to progress your way to the kitchen, unlike tennis where you don't want to be trapped in the middle of the court.
Ooh, nice rip from Valdez. Dropped it right in the kitchen, which looked like a drive.
So that's the resetting of where to take the ball. You want to do that usually as the left side player going to the left side player on the opposite side to find a backhand to drop because it's a safer place. What a great job by Valdez of going inside out to that backhand of the right side player from her position. That's a perfect ball.
These two make a pretty good partnership. Rachel Rorabacher, you mentioned the pressure situation she's been in Major League Pickleball. Her brain is made for this kind of pressure. She loves it. She wants a bigger crowd. She wants a bigger moment. She rises to the occasion. It's not always common with athletes.
No, and when you play with Anna Bright, you're going to get the ball a lot, and you have pressure because Anna Bright is as fiery a winner that we have. She is going to be focused, and you need to try and match that energy. Some players can't do that, Michelle. This lady, Rorabacher, certainly can, and her arrow is pointing way up here in pro pickleball.
Time in. 6-1-2.
True competitor.
Point.
Good block from Rachel Rorabacher to reset the point in the middle.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they're with two lefties, they're still stacking because it's no different than two righties who stack. You want Blake on the left side of the court, clearly, for whatever strategic ideas that these two have.
1-7-1.
And net court city, and obviously it's all a mirror image, so your more aggressive player with two lefties is actually the right side player here, so we'll see more from the youngster than Cammie Blake here as far as the offense is concerned.
Second serve.
And this is a big opportunity for players like our 22 seeds here. This match usually wouldn't be on, but with the progressive draw, it's great to see the potential.
Point.
And we'll have Megan Dazan and Shelby Bates on later on in the grand finale women's doubles matchup here on pickleball.com championship court.
Side out.
Rorabacher got away with something there after playing a very aggressive point, then just sort of threw a ball into the middle that Revuelta was all over it, just swung a little too hard through it.
Wow, Rachel Rorabacher set herself up perfectly inside out a couple of times to finish down the middle.
And that's, you know, now you're trying to see, okay, can the lefty hang with a forehand dink over there, which sometimes could be a problem, but Rorabacher's spin was too much. Same lady.
She knows it.
8-3-2.
Thank you for wearing her Pickleball TV color scheme here today as we launch the network.
Yep. On brand.
Love it.
Wow. What defense from Rorabacher wasn't enough, though. Cammie Blake finishes it off.
What a lively arm there on the finish there. This is a violent swing at the end here by Blake. Man. Okay.
Oh, cross-court beauty from Rorabacher.
And there's where the high-level tennis players, you can see, because it's not just the swing of the two-hand, it's the torque of the body. So it's the rotation that really gets that pace. Well done from Rachel.
Point.
Good drive from the youngster, Revuelta.
4-8-2. Side out. Eight, 4-1. Second point. Timeout receivers.
That's a great setup, and again, it's learning the game. You are, as a tennis player, expecting to hit winners off the first ball. She earned the second ball there, but was late to it and pushed it deep.
Rorabacher and Valdez off to the races. On top in this one by 5, the 11 seed. Looking to clean up here on championship court.
Timeout. Ladies, we're going to continue timeout.
No issues today.
No, but issues of chill are coming. You heard Colin Johns talk a lot about how slow the ball will play the X40 in warmer conditions. That's going to change for the rest of the tournament.
Just outside the line for Rorabacher. Explain a little bit of that nuance. You mentioned the X40 ball earlier.
And the ramifications of it being colder means that it will play faster because it will be harder. So it'll be more similar to what the players play throughout the year. So X40 is a great ball when it's colder. It'll play a little faster, actually. And those counters and those longer exchanges will not last as long because you'll be able to put the ball away quicker. Today, not the case.
Which ball would you say most pros prefer to play with after this point, if there is one?
I think it comes down to familiarity. X40 is a great ball for so many levels of players, and I highly recommend it to many. And a great ball for this tournament. Familiarity is the PPA Tour has the DuraFast 40 used throughout, so that's what they're all practicing with. So you heard Colin Johns talk about how he had to practice his way in with the X40, but a wonderful ball nonetheless. And we appreciate all our sponsors.
No problem. Picking up the pace of the ball that time for Rorabacher. Wow. That was a whip of an overhead.
Point.
You know, at the break, you could see that Rorabacher and Valdez were talking about let's dink in the middle and then get them to try and figure that out and then go out wide to open up the court. That's what Rorabacher tried to do there and then just missed the next one.
Side out.
Bunch of balls right down the middle again there. So good communication for these two. And again, these are two very dangerous players that just keep getting better.
Point.
Nice drop from Valdez to set up the point.
And those are the shots that you look for. You see that 11 seed,
10-6.
solid seed. Is it a 5? No, they got to refine the rest of their game to go with the power.
Game point for the 11 seed. ATP for Revuelta.
Yeah, really identified that early, and when you do hit a two-handed backhand and you don't have long arms, your footwork has to be great, and it was there.
Point game.
Just long, and Rorabacher and Valdez take game one, 11-6.
Yeah, they are twice the seed, if you will, from just the numbers, and very solid first game, and that's what you want to do. We talked about the progressive draw. The less time you're on the court, especially with 3 out of 5, is important.
Yep, this is the first round of action here for women's doubles at the beautiful Brookhaven Country Club. We'll be right back with more after this. Pickleball TV, it's your home for everything you need here in the fastest growing sport in America of pickleball, and we're only getting started here at the BioFreeze USA Pickleball National Championships. Dave Fleming.
And everything really is bigger in Texas. 3,500 players, 80 courts. This is the biggest pickleball event ever.
From the Dallas, Texas resident himself, and X marks the ball. You talked a little bit about the Franklin X40. It's the ball of the event, not the same ball that the pros use typically.
And it is something that they have to adjust to, and they also have to progress through the draw. And look at that fancy footwork from our boy Thomas Wilson right there. First time ever. We've talked a lot about this, and there's another storyline that I want to touch on just briefly. Is the pros actually seeded this event, Michelle? We had a panel of 3 men and 3 women pros, including Ben Johns and Jesse Irvin. They literally seeded all the players in each of the draws because you have players coming from all the various tours to make it fair. They did a math exercise, and that's how we got our seeds for this.
So what if you're a player not happy with your seed? Do you take it up with those two on the...
I would get Ben Johns on speed dial right now.
1-0-2.
And I'm sure he would have a mathematical equation as to why
Yes.
you are where you are.
No question about it. Materials engineer. Nice try.
Oh, nice defense. Oh, what a snag for Revuelta. Keeping her side alive.
Outstanding, and you saw the difference. Valdez absolutely clobbered a ball in the middle of that, but because of the X40 playing a little slower, you're able to defend something that usually wouldn't be coming back. Great volley from Valdez there as Blake took one step into the middle of the court and got beat.
And then Revuelta does that on the ATP.
So that's twice on the backhand side she has come up with that. That ball might have been wide, but why not get a highlight reel out of it? Really pretty.
If the ATP was short, you think you maybe...
Oh, yeah. Out.
Right out.
And just not planted and set. Hit the ball, then move forward. Ran through that one, did Blake a little bit.
Cleaned up by Valdez. Quick flick of the wrist.
Yeah, and it's interesting with her. I think an opportunity for her is to be able to counter. Obviously, that ball is attackable. She's been resetting a lot on the backhand side if she's getting attacked. So opportunities galore when you're just rising up in the pickleball world.
Nice ball once more from Revuelta. We've seen the ATP now, the forehand attack, and the defensive player on her side.
Yeah, I'd love to see her just sort of, if you're going to play the more aggressive side when you have 2 lefties, go get it right now.
Blake up in the kitchen.
I mean, so much better in the transition area of not being in a hurry. It took them a while to get to the kitchen, and then she got an opportunity and flying southpaw hook into the open court.
And tie game, 2-all early.
2-2-1. Second serve. Two. Side out.
I like the idea of attacking both sides of the body because some people defend better, or it's just harder to switch from forehand to backhand. Rorabacher dug out the first one, but then the sideline came into play there. So that's the precision you've got to have to beat a great team.
Valdez kept the point alive.
Yeah, and there's the underrated athleticism for Valdez. Got there really in plenty of good sped, because sometimes you get there and then you're stuck in the kitchen, but she was able to get out, and then really nice attack.
Point. Four, two, one. Second serve. Four, two, two. Side out.
Side out for Revuelta, and Blake keeping it a two-point game.
Great job, Cami. Blake's like, hey, I get ATPs too, and obviously if you roll it too wide there, it's not a backhand but a forehand for the lefty, and it's an easy ball for her to hook around the post. That set them up, and I really like how they're playing here. A couple of mistakes from the 11 seed, and they got a lead. Or tied up, excuse me.
4-4-1. Point.
I just saw the future.
Call you Tony Romo. Man can predict plays in the NFL and pickleball, I'll tell you what.
He had everything figured out last night.
Except for the score.
Except for how to score. Other than keeping score,
just
he was
basic
on
details.
Yeah. That's why we were there to help him out.
5-4-2.
Honestly, didn't even matter. He still predicted what happened.
Well, Valdez missed a couple returns here, and so when you are an underdog and you have some sloppiness on the other side from a team that maybe thinks they're going to cruise through a match, this you got to take a game, because then it's really an opportunity for you to pull an upset. Now 3 out of 5 makes that a little more difficult, obviously, but this is one they got to grab. We saw earlier Lloyd and Augustus Guy were up 9-2 and weren't able to finish that off.
Oh, snuck in the corner. The sassy 17-year-old.
Look at that. Revuelta. Love it.
4-6-2. Point.
Rorabacher storms back, makes it a 1-point game.
Yeah, so much pace on the two-handed backhand from Rachel.
5-6-2. Night out. Six, 5-1. Point. Seven, 5-1. Second serve.
A little run here for Blake and Revuelta.
7-5-2. Side out.
And again, Blake took advantage of some very passive rolls from the Valdez backhand there. It's got to be able to get that last one down.
Point.
Nothing passive about that rope from Rorabacher.
Rope is a perfect way to describe it.
6-7-1.
Such pretty technique that she has developed in pickleball.
Point. Timeout receiver is 7-7-1.
Time out and a tie game. 7-all. Rivelta and Blake in a little bit of some trouble after pulling ahead by 2. What's been the difference maker?
You know, a couple mistakes, and really this has been missed opportunities here in game number 2. They've gotten a couple missed returns. They've had the opportunity where they've earned it from their good play, but not being able to finish all the way through has been the problem.
Let's take a look at the continued storylines that we're following here at the BioFreeze USA Pickleball National Championships. Peer pressure.
Yeah, so you asked, who am I going to be mad at if my draw is not the way I wanted it? So just to be clear,
right there,
it was seeded by 6 individuals, and then they did the math, and then that's what we've got. So everybody can point at the players, and then, I mean, come on, AL Dub. She has won every women's doubles match she's played this year. It's not February. It's November. She hasn't lost one.
And I don't think today in this tournament will be the first. She is unstoppable.
And she's got the new paddle. Catherine Parenteau playing very well. That is a formidable duo. So we shall see, but that is quite a feat. And if you're wondering, well, where in the world is Leigh Waters? She only had to play once today because the women's doubles and singles had a couple buys in the draw. She, of course, got those buys. She will play 3 times tomorrow, though.
Thrilled to have you with us here on Pickleball TV and Tennis Channel. Alongside top senior pro Dave Fleming, I'm Michelle McMahon, bringing you the action every afternoon through Sunday. Championship Sunday. Aggressively targeting the backhand sides on the dinks.
Yeah, one in the middle, then spread out the 2 lefties and bring it back and find that right foot and get a miss from Blake. So there you saw the difference with Valdez, and this is the things you've got to figure out in match. If you attack her forehand, you're going to get a counter. You're going to get a reset on the backhand. So you've got to pick your spots and know where you're going to get back and then go take advantage of it.
Another athletic play for Valdez.
I'm telling you, that is not an easy ball when you're surprised by a lob like that and you're in transition. But the USC Trojan looked very good with that one.
26 years old, too. Time ahead, and game 2 goes to Rorabacher and Valdez. 11-7. They had to battle their way back in and find their footing. They ultimately did.
Yeah, very impressed with that. You know, what do you do with a little adversity? Miss a couple returns, don't panic, came right back to the game plan and got out the door.
This is the first round of action here for women's doubles. We'll be right back. Rorabacher and Valdez looking to clean up in 3 games. Couple of former tennis standouts, Rachel Rorabacher and Rihanna Valdez, looking to close this one out in 3, and they can do it here. Valdez, as Dave mentioned, incredibly athletic, former tennis pro and USC All-American. That game translates.
That's no joke right there.
Yeah, decent resume.
Oh, bad luck. Because I think the opportunity to try and steal a game and get back in this is for some offense from Revuelta. I've liked some of what we've seen from her. We just need to see more of it.
Ooh, tagged her.
Point.
Unintentionally, softly.
When you are only 14 feet away from somebody, that is going to be part of it. And it's interesting, the righties to the lefties, the ball is coming from a different paddle position than you're used to.
Oh, nice point. Kenny Blake's got a nice forehand dink. Very direct to the outside of Rorabacher.
When you're using that against a very good two-handed roll dink of Rorabacher on the other side and hanging in there, but eventually too much Rorabacher.
Point.
Yeah, I really like Valdez has said, you know what, I know where the offense can come from. My forehand, when it's up, and Rachel, and playing a very steady right side game.
Oh,
man.
It's a lively arm from Valdez.
Yeah, just drills it right on the line. I mean, that's just not coming back. I like the backhand roll attack that set that up as well. So combinations are a big part of your progression into a seed with one number in it as well.
Point. Timeout receivers, 5-0-1.
Timeout called on the side of Revuelta and Blake. Rorabacher and Valdez in the closing distance. This is game 3 for them, up 5-0 as we take a look at the bottom half of the women's doubles draw. As Dave mentioned, back in action. Maggie was out last weekend with
got sick,
sort of illness. Yeah, so hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, I saw Mary earlier. She seemed to think everything was going to be a-okay. Hopefully so.
Time in. 5-0-1. Point. One. Point.
And this is a disastrous start here for the 22 seed.
7-0-1. Point.
Textbook drop for Rachel Rorabacher on the third.
Beautiful. And then don't let them off the hook. Come forward. You know that ball is in a great position. Great read for Rachel. Oh, pretty.
Oh, you love that on the two-handed backhand. Rachel Rorabacher taking a page out of Ben John's books.
So pretty, and so many of the ladies have this, and no one loves a two-handed backhand more than me, and that's really ends up almost being a left-handed forehand down the line. Beautiful job.
Point.
And this is just an onslaught here. And the problem is now the confidence is through the moon. They want to get out of here. It's about 6 o'clock local time.
Match
there will
point.
be no let up.
And how about the angle to close it out for Rihanna Valdez and Rachel Rorabacher, moving on to square off against the Brachas in round number 2.
That'll be a terrific matchup tomorrow, and that's the other fun part of the progressive draw. We know the matchups that are going to happen tomorrow. Not that one team was playing on a court 3 and one was on grandstand, and how did that? We'll get to see and build these storylines as we go.
Rorabacher and Valdez through to the next round. A good fight, though, from the opposing side of Blake and Revuelta. We'll step aside for just a moment. Hannah Johns will join us to chat with the winners after this. Rachel Rorabacher and Rihanna Valdez are looking sharp as the 11th seed, and they took care of their opening round match in 3 games. As we check in now with the third member of our crew, Hannah Johns is with the winners.
Well, thanks, lady. That was a tremendous, strong finish to Game 3, 11-0 to finish it off. How good are you feeling about your games as you move into the rest of the week?
I feel great. Rachel and I have played a few together, and I think that was a solid start. Yeah.
How do you feel about your play all over the court, and in terms of the game that you bring to the court? You come from tennis, you have awesome ground strokes, a lot of power that you bring. How does that play out in the court?
I think it helps a lot. I think with, the Franklin ball, a lot of defense, a lot of balls coming back. Can't rely too much on just powering your way through. But I think, I tried to stay solid, even with all the good defense points. I think stay focused, and, Rachel brings the power. So, yeah.
Rachel, you've had a tremendous couple of weeks, couple of months really, but you were able to finish as a finalist just last week in an MLP, which was tough, but it should give you so much confidence going into this one. How good are you feeling about your game?
I'm feeling really good. I mean, I'm happy to be back on the left. Little does everyone know, I actually play on the left side more often than not. So I'm excited to play this tournament, but it is a little difficult, like mentally going from MLP, and then we have a whole nother week. So just doing some self-care when I get home, and looking forward.
Well, guys, we're debuting the progression draw, which is new for pickleball at this tournament. It's something that tennis does really well, and we're going to see how it works here. How are you feeling about it after your first day playing with the progression draw?
I feel good. I think, it does take a second to get used to 3 out of 5. 1 match a day, kind of trying to figure out when to eat, when you're going to go on, but I feel like, if this is the new progression, then I think people will get used to it. I liked it. It wasn't too big of an adjustment, but yeah, 3 sets, Franklin ball, it's a grind.
Well, you guys are doing great. Good luck the rest of the week. Mish.
Thank you.
Hannah, thanks. Here's what is still to come here on the pickleball.com championship court. We switch back over to men's doubles. Riley Newman playing with Newman and Alshon. They found some chemistry in Major League Pickleball, taking on former tennis pro and standout Sam Querrey. And Bryson Haas, his partner, is an interesting storyline. We'll get to that in just a moment. And then we switch back over to women's doubles. Megan Dazan and Shelby Bates taking on Liz Trueluck and Eva Ignatowicz. We will be right back with the action after this.
That's track. Day 1 of our 5-day coverage continues here at the USA Pickleball National Championships, presented by State Farm. We're here on Pickleball TV all day long, joined by Tennis Channel. And next up, we have an incredible matchup. We have Riley Newman, Newman and Alshon. They are going to be going against none other than Sam Querrey, and Haas playing next side to him. So going to be a lot of length on the court there, but welcome into our studio at our State Farm desk. I'm Cameron Blackwood, joined by Matt Manassi, and we have Rachel Rorabacher, who just finished her match. Congratulations on your big win.
Thank you.
You just came off of MLP, successful weekend there. Didn't get the win you wanted, but you made it to the championship there. I see your nails are still very MLP.
Yes.
But heading now into nationals, you just had so much success so quickly. How did you prepare to come in here this week?
Honestly, I've just been doing the same thing I've been doing, just a lot of drilling, a lot of self-care as well, because, you know, especially this MLP back-to-back with nationals, you need to take care of yourself off the court just so you're ready mentally. I mean, even though it's a progression draw, it was still a really long day. Some waiting that we weren't ready for, I don't think. And I had a 5-setter before this match, and then I had 20 minutes to take care of myself and get myself ready to get back on the court. So it's still a lot.
I know you played college tennis under Kevin Ebley at South Carolina. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
Our Oklahoma State team beat you back in the day, but we'll leave that out of this conversation.
We're going to deny. I deny.
But I know you guys used to get so pumped up, you especially. I know you do that out on the pickleball court. How has college tennis helped you now transition to kind of a team sport like this too with pickleball doubles?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's helped so much. And I think it sometimes might be hard for an individual who didn't go through college tennis to then play on a team sport, because in college tennis we went through that individual to team transition. So I'm actually looking forward to more MLP than playing by myself because I do better also with the energy, and I like get out here and I'm like, I need to get myself going and try not to seem like a crazy person, because MLP is another level. But yeah, it translates really well.
I love it. And now the pickleball world knows about you. You're relatively new, I guess. I've heard about you for the last, I don't know, 2 years from a buddy of ours, Jeff Cohen.
Shout out!
Shout out Indianapolis, one of the coolest courts in the country. But he's been telling me how good you are for ages. When did you finally believe it that you belong on this stage, as you clearly do?
To be honest, I mean, I had a lot of people in my ear, like him and a couple others, but really when I played the U.S. Open this year, and I did pretty well with not too much training, and I'm like, if I actually practice, let's see how it goes. And obviously it's paid off, so I'm really fortunate and grateful.
And we see a lot of tennis players transition over and really just sink into singles, but you've done so well on the doubles side of things. Why has that been such an easier transition for you?
To be honest, I preferred doubles in all of my junior tennis and collegiate career. I was actually higher ranked in doubles. I was ranked 9 in the nation, I think, at one point. So I think I just prefer that fast exchange up at the net, and I'm not afraid to get in there. I think the transition zone has been the hardest, though. But other than that,
always is.
I love it. I saw you out there. You're moving very well. I always ask kind of the people from the tennis world that come into pickleball, how has the transition been physically? Are you doing anything different than you used to do in the gym for tennis now for pickleball?
Yes, a lot more unilateral stuff and like hurdle, like a lot more just focusing on single leg. And I think that's helped a lot. And just getting down, like especially I'm a little shorter, so I have to be, I'm not going to play well if I'm not bending. GG's. GG's.
Well, that was a great win by you, and you have just been absolutely on fire this year. So congratulations, Rachel Rorabacher, on your win and continuing on in the draw in nationals. And we have such an exciting match on center court. We're going to have Sam Querrey, who we all know you've heard about, but going up against Riley Newman and Christian Alshon, the team to beat that was at MLP last weekend. Championship court, Michelle McMahon, Dave Fleming, right after this.
Michelle McMahon, Dave Fleming here with you on Pickleball TV as our coverage rolls on from Tennis Channel at the USA Pickleball National Championships. Riley Newman and Christian Alshon take the stage next against Sam Querrey and his partner Bryson Haas. And of course, our Tennis Channel viewers are familiar with this man, the 2017 Wimbledon semifinalist, former world number 11, and recently he's been working with our very own Dave Fleming as of 2 days ago with Major League Pickleball.
Yeah, it sure was. We had an injury, and Sam was available, but we needed somebody to get there the next morning. Dude flew in on a red eye and actually played very well. Didn't get the results that he wanted, but he's into pickleball, folks. This isn't just, hey, a little vanity project that he's doing. He's been practicing. He's been training. Bringing the best of his tennis. Obviously can't serve overhand like he did when he was a tennis superstar, but this guy can play good ball, and I think we're going to see some fun here on center court right now.
Here's a good look at his partner, Bryson Haas, married to another pro pickleball player, Jamie Haas. They are born and raised in Hawaii. They continue to reside there as well. They have 3 kids together, and he's now the current tennis coach at the University of Hawaii. And they were supposed to play together earlier. I'll get to that story in just a moment. First serve underway. Well, Riley Newman have an entrance here to pickleball.com championship court.
Yeah, inside out volley from Alshon was really nice there off a good drive from Querrey, and then Newman reads the play as good as anyone in the game.
Second server will be Riley Newman. He and Christian Alshon have developed some serious chemistry after being drafted at the same team.
Yeah, and it was Riley that picked Christian Alshon at the end of the Major League Pickleball draft. He had to get a dude to pair up with himself, and that has worked very well as they were the champions here on this very court.
Second serve. And so why might this partnership be fortuitous for Riley Newman?
I'll cover that after this.
Smoked it.
Christian Alshon's rise as a right side player is the key to this, and he has put a ton of work in off the court. I talked to Leigh Waters a lot, who has been coaching him about the progression that Christian has made. It's that ball right there. He has got the third shot drop working.
Newman got tagged on the way out by Sam Querrey, who said, got him.
Yeah, Sam doesn't care what happens the rest of this match now. He tagged Riley. The other advantage they have is they've had the chance to build some chemistry playing together a lot and have had good results.
Sam Querrey there for the cleanup job. It appears her coaching was fruitful.
I get no credit for that. Sam has put in all the work, and I'm just impressed with the guy that has had so many tennis accolades, bringing that to the 20 by 44 here.
Second serve. Where's his upside currently, Querrey?
A lot. Just continue to refine his play at the kitchen line. He's not going to be as great in the transition area, just because it's hard to cover what you have to do to reset. You got to hit lots of those. That was slick from Alshon right there. But playing more, and then it's up to him. Does he want to play 15 events? Does he want to play more than that?
So as much as Alshon has developed his drop and his defensive game, he's also finding ways to create offense on the right side as well.
Good leave there, and check the ego at the door. I mean, some of these dudes don't want to play the right side and not be the alpha, and he is doing it well with Riley. A little heat check there, because Riley has, quite frankly, since the great breakup with Matt Wright, struggled to get to Championship Sunday, to find synergy with anybody. Can he take MLP to the more traditional format here with Alshon? We'll find out.
Second serve. Zero, 2-2. Side out. 2-0-1. Point. Three, 0-1.
Christian Alshon cleans up down the middle. A 4-0 lead early.
Yeah, so if you dink the ball down the line as the left side player to the forehand in front of you, you're going to leave the middle of your half of the court exposed, and Alshon saw that and hit it beautifully right there. This ball's got to bounce.
4-0-2.
Riley Newman playing singles on his side.
And then his ability to switch the paddle to the left hand and finish off the rally is remarkable. Watch the end of this.
Move over, Alshon. But to your point about the ego,
yeah,
not easy to be able to play that support role in those moments.
And both these players have to do that to win, and it's so far so good. So what we're seeing as a problem on the far side of the court here is they aren't handling what we call the fourth shot. So your return is the second, the drive from your opponent or drop is the third. The fourth ball has got to not set up offense on the other side. Much better there from Haas.
So where's the best place to do that?
Sometimes you have to do what we call concede the kitchen, which is just accept the fact that even though they're behind as the servers, that you've got to just find a way to win from the kitchen.
They're on the board.
1-7-1. Point. 2-7-1. Second serve.
And that's the one you got to make. You get a couple, you get a missed return, and then you can't dump a very short return into the net.
Instant in the net for Price and Haas, 30 years old. Riley Newman too quick with his movements.
Yeah, and he will pounce on anything that's up, and you just have no margin of error.
That ball was well wide.
And Riley Newman just got all discombobulated and was like, why am I out here in the gray? What am I doing? And I mean, that ball is 2 feet out.
He didn't even need to go back there.
No, just let it go. That was after some brilliant play by Alshon on that rally. And there's the advantage of that 6'8" frame of Sam Querrey there. That's a dink that usually would bounce, but he can reach in, take it out of the air, surprise, take time away from his opponent, and then attack. Well done from Sam.
Second serve.
But again, getting to the kitchen has not gone well for Haas and Querrey.
2-8-2.
Oh, no looky for Riley Newman.
I mean, that was a complete turn his back to the ball potentially coming back. Look at this.
Second serve. 8-2-2.
Would have been a professional basketball referee.
Yeah.
He wasn't a pro pickleball player. Good thing that this path worked out for him.
Worked out very well. Who wants to deal with complaining basketball players all day long?
Oh, what a point. Christian Alshon came up with every shot in the book.
Sure did. Scorpion there, and then sometimes in a rally you'll switch sides and we lose track of who's in the middle, and Price and Haas. That's your ball, son. Not that time.
Game point for Newman and Alshon. Inside out on the backhand. Riley Newman taps paddles.
Interesting. Newman improved here at the BioFreeze USA Pickleball National Championships. That's a cross-court dink rally. Sam doesn't want any part of the two-handed roll from Riley Newman. It's as good as anybody's.
11-2 in game one. Riley Newman and Christian Alshon finished up in about 10 minutes. Our Pickleball TV coverage rolls on here from Tennis Channel. Riley Newman and Christian Alshon picking up where they left off at Major League Pickleball this weekend. They were the champs for the DC Pickleball team, and a newly formed partnership looking pretty good. Maybe Riley found his match.
It's something he desperately wants. So this kid right here may be the answer in Alshon, because Alshon wants to win as much as anybody. We've seen when he loses a tough match, the just despair on his face. So this is working. They're winning. They're front runners. It's a really good setup for these two.
The Michael Jordan tears.
Oh, he has definitely turned. He's turned into the.
Guy.
He has become the pickleball version of the Jordan meme, without question. It's not something he desired. And the tweener king over there, very under control, nothing even close to a tweener on the right side of the court there. And Sam has got to make the forehand to give them any hope of coming into this. His forehand in pickleball is very, very good. Great serve from Alshon there. So the question was, it's 80 degrees here in Dallas with the Franklin. Can you get freebies, Michelle, off your serve? You can. Again, depth and pace still matter, and that one gets a very short return.
Second serve. 3-0-2.
Oh, what an angle from Query. There's that 6'8" reach.
Right, because that ball never gets, you have 7 feet. I mean, the dude can almost touch the net standing there. So find an angle with that length. Great job by Sam.
Wide there. What are some of the disadvantages of that height? We've talked about it a little bit last night, but with the size comes pros and cons.
Yeah, you got to be able to bend, and it hurts to bend. 6'8", that's, I mean, I'm nowhere near that height, obviously, so I've never been up there, but it's a long way down, too.
Wow. Roll that one back. ATP buried just inside the baseline. Christian Alshon.
And look where this came from. That was not that wide. That's pretty, and it might have been deep. Close.
It's a little long to me, perhaps, but Sam had a good look at it.
Play on. You can not call it and then challenge your no call if he would have desired. But we have had 0 replays the entire time we've been on, Michelle. No controversy.
Yeah, you're right.
There we go.
Good look at Bryson Haas, the Hawaiian.
So that's what you do when you have Riley Newman in front of you. He is so forehand dominant that you have to go behind him inside out. Really well done from Haas.
His paddle is a company based out of Hawaii.
Oh, tell us more, please.
Using their Maui paddle. It's called a Yobi. And they will send net proceeds to those in need from the Maui fire. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you're looking to support a good cause and get a pickleball paddle, check out Yobi. Y-O-B-I.
For someone that has had so much joy in Maui and in the area that was affected, I mean, that was just devastating to watch and see that and all those people. So I'm thrilled to hear that pickleball is continuing to play a role in that.
The Kawamotos lost their family home in that too, their childhood home, I should say. And thoughts and prayers continue to be with them.
Look at Sam Query jump the corner.
All smiles for Sam Query.
3-0-2.
How about the hands of Haas?
I love it because he caught Riley Newman going to the outside shoulder, but Newman's hands are so good he got there, but then Haas was ready. Sometimes players aren't. That's well done by Price, and same guy. Falling away on the two-handed backhand there. Can't do that. They've got to get to the kitchen.
Oh, that's a nice backhand strung on the line from Haas. Newman didn't expect that.
No, that was gorgeous. That's what a two-handed backhand drive can do.
No, not the time to miss that one. He knows it.
Yeah, because you want to just put a little pressure on him. You know, beautiful two-handed backhand. Maybe something's in their head. You don't get